My friends, thank you so very much for watching this video. We are winning the war to save pop culture from the cultural vandals that assail it, but we need your help. Please subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell, and from time to time check to make sure you haven't been unsubscribed by YouTube without your knowledge. It happens to random subscribers every day. I also started listing links to all my videos and live streams for free over at patreon.com/doomcock, and you do not have to be a member to view them. They're visible to the public for free. Thanks also to all of you who liked our videos and sent us a tip by clicking the super thanks button, and as always I promise to answer each and every super thanks I receive. Thanks for watching everyone, and now on to the video. My friends, it has been an awful couple of years for the MCU and for Disney in general. Kevin Feige's MCU Phase 4 was an unqualified disaster, and now that he's going all in on girl power in Phase 5, turning the MCU into the MCU, things are only getting worse. I have received reports of an Anthony Mackie meltdown on the set of Captain America 4, a meltdown that allegedly resulted from Marvel doing something even Disney has never done before, and for good reason, and we'll get to that in a minute. But before I do, I want to discuss just how badly things are going for Marvel and Disney at the moment, because only sheer desperation can account for what is rumored to have happened on the set, and it speaks directly to the plausibility of the case. Hard times have fallen on Marvel, my friends. For those of you who doubted it, my spies told me 1 or 2 years ago, it's been so long I can't even remember the first time I mentioned it in a video, that Feige was going to turn the Marvel Universe into a gynocentric woke parody of what it was, and they even used the phrase MCU for it. Which means that once again, in predicting this turn of events, Doomcock was right. Indeed, recently in an interview, Alaqua Cox, the star of the Disney Minus series Echo, confirmed the truth of this former rumor when she actually flat out called it the MCU. According to the Great Cosmic Book News, quote, "Well, wouldn't you know it, it turns out all those YouTubers have been right all along, as Echo star Alaqua Cox confirms that the MCU is real." In an interview while promoting the release of the show, Cox signs, "A lot of blood violence, guns involved as well, and it's very gritty." She then adds, "It's a different feel compared to what the other MCU stuff that we've seen." Matt McGloin then adds, "My friend is a teacher at the local school for the deaf, and I asked him to review the footage. She does!" He confirmed in regards to Alaqua Cox signing MC. They actually stopped the video after she signs MC, right as she's about to spell M for MCU, unquote.
To quote Monty Python, "Oh, what a giveaway." I never had any doubt about it, but yeah, mofo. Once again, Doomcock was right. For years now, you've been saying it. Your spies broke that story, and thus it is, all unfolding as you have foreseen it.
Thank you, Harvey Cthulhu. Though in this case, I wish I'd been wrong, but what can you do? Anthony Mackie, who plays the Falcon playing Captain America, knows all too well that Marvel is flailing around aimlessly these days as he pitches a fit on the set of the new Captain America movie, which is being reshot from the ground up as we speak, according to sources, but we'll get to those details in a second. The point being, Marvel used to be a class act. First-rate blockbusters, prime entertainment for all ages, but now the MCU is a woke wasteland full of diversity hires who have no idea what the fuck they're doing, not even technically. Everyone knows that The Marvels was the biggest bomb in the history of the MCU or the MCU. It lost money big time, along with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We all know that's true. Not only did they bomb with audiences, but apparently they bombed in the industry too. Even Hollywood is tacitly admitting that artistically Marvel is failing. In an article titled Marvel's Worst Year Ever Just Hit an Embarrassing New Low, Inverse writes, quote, "The most popular movies aren't necessarily the best or most award-worthy, a gap that's become especially true in recent years. Still, big-budget genre films often take home well-deserved Academy Awards in technical categories like makeup, sound editing, and visual effects. It's thanks to those awards that movies like Suicide Squad and Harry and the Hendersons can bill themselves as Oscar-winning. But the 2024 Oscar nomination list proves Marvel is getting pushed out the door, which is the latest bad sign for the studio after a year of underperforming movies. This snub caps off a rough year for Marvel. Quantumania underperformed, and anyone who sat through its ugly adventure through the quantum realm can understand why it wasn't picked for a visual effects nomination. Throw in the Marvel's bombing, and Marvel being forced to undergo a sudden creative shift after parting ways with Jonathan Majors, and it's unclear what the franchise will do next. Oscars aren't the MCU's greatest concern, but this one lonely nomination is just further evidence that the studio's plan isn't working, unquote.
When they say that the studio's plan isn't working, I can't help but wonder, what plan? Seems like an almost random quantum fluctuation in a united field of suck.
What plan indeed? In your preternatural way, Harvey Cthulhu, you have hit the nail on the head, because that's exactly what Anthony Mackie was upset about on the set of Captain America 4, Brave New World, or New World Order, or whatever the fuck they're calling this misbegotten Frankenstein mishmash these days. Let's get to what my Hollywood spies have learned about this situation. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to tell you is information provided to me by sources through my Hollywood spies, but since I cannot personally confirm any of this, I am presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So initially, I spoke with one of my top Hollywood spies last week, and in the middle of talking to me about what they'd learned about The Acolyte, they dropped a bombshell about the Captain America reshoots. At that time, I was told that Anthony Mackie snapped on the set, threw a chair, and started yelling at the director something along the lines of, "What the hell are we doing here? Where's the script? Can we just have a script?" On the set, in front of everyone, the director tried to calm Mackie down, but Mackie kept going on about wanting to have a script. How can we be doing this without a script?
Without a script? Call me old-fashioned, but the one indispensable thing you need for a narrative feature film is a script. Every bit of budgeting, planning, scheduling is based off the script. And of course, there's the whole acting story thing, inconvenient as Disney finds those things to be. But even Disney can't be dispensing with scripts altogether, as childish, woke, shitty, and propagandistic as they are.
Au contrario, Skull of Calderon. From what this source was telling us, somehow, for some reason, they were trying to shoot sequences without a script. Anthony Mackie just kind of snapped. He was asking, when are we going to get a script? Mackie reportedly pointed out, look, we're just wasting our time here. We'll shoot a bunch of stuff and then in a few months we'll be back here reshooting it.
Hell, that's true even when there is a script. Because it's always a lousy script these days and it has to be reshot just to try and minimize the stench.
True, and yet a script is a nice gesture from the terminally incompetent, and Disney should at least go through the motions for their actors, like Linus getting his security blanket. But there's more. After that conversation, I received a follow-up via email, quote, "Our source that we have confirmed is on set had this to say one day ago. They are more convinced that Cap 4 doesn't have a script. They say that what they are doing is shooting from a notebook that has notes on what they are supposed to do. According to the director, this is a way of getting ahead of themselves while they wait for the official script." This came from the director himself, as the director and Anthony were in another heated discussion over the way the reshoots were being handled. It's unclear just how long it will take to complete the rewrite. It is very clear to our source that Anthony's biggest concern is this movie may get canceled.
Shit, my biggest concern is that it won't get canceled.
And that would indeed be a shame, Harvey. That would be a damn shame. Because no matter how they reshoot and revise and re-edit and revile this thing, the simple truth of the matter is Anthony Mackie is the Falcon. He is not Captain America, and no amount of polishing is going to make that turd into a diamond. I will keep you posted on further developments as they come in from our spies, but let me tell you this. Captain America 4 is a huge mess. It may wind up being the most expensive Marvel movie of all time, and the biggest bomb. From the center of the earth, this is Victor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.